Hi, I wanted to ask you something if you don't mind. A friend of mine shared a social media post the other day about this campaign called Talk Money. I'd never heard of it before. It seemed a bit strange. You know, I grew up with the idea that you kept money matters to yourself. You certainly shouldn't go around sharing all your private stuff with other people. I thought I'd have a word with you about it. You always seem to know about these things. Why are they asking me to talk about money?
Yeah, I guess you're right. A lot of people have grown up feeling they shouldn't discuss money.
So, why are we now being encouraged to share with other people? That's what I don't understand.
Okay, so this is what we know. There are always people who don't have enough money to make ends meet comfortably. But now there are even more people in that situation. We're living through a time when the going is pretty tough. With coronavirus, lots of people have lost jobs, they have less money to take home, and they're struggling to make ends meet. People who have never used a food bank before are now having to depend on them. And what should they do about that? They're living in a situation that's completely new and makes them feel vulnerable. Their health and their households are both at risk. Should they just bite their lip and keep quiet about it?
No, of course not. Those people need help.
Absolutely, they do. So, how do they get that help?
Ah, right. If they keep quiet, they'll just sink. I guess they need to talk to someone so that they can try to get the money help they need.
Yes, but people who are having money difficulties don't just need money to make things better for them. They feel that things outside their control are taking over. If they can begin to talk about their money worries, they can also begin to take back that control again. Being in control of the things that affect us most is pretty important to all of us.
Okay, I can see that. Always makes me feel better when I know what I'm doing.
So, being able to talk about the things that worry us is really important to our mental health.
Yes, I can see that. I find there's nothing worse than having a problem go round and round in my head on a constant loop. Answers don't just come out of thin air.
No, they don't. And that's another thing about talking money. It can actually help you find an answer to a money problem.
So, you've reassured me now that it can be helpful to talk about money. How do I go about it? I know that sounds like a silly question.
Actually, it's a really important question. When I was trying to get my own money organised, I decided that I needed a bit of help. I spoke to some friends first, and they pointed me towards some websites that they had used. There are some really good ones out there that are free and reliable, and they showed me how I could create a monthly budget sheet so I could see what money I had coming in and what money I had going out. It's really easy seeing what I can really afford, especially at Christmas.
All right, so talk to friends and look at reliable websites. What if I can't do either? Perhaps I've got really worrying money problems and I don't feel I can really share these with friends. Perhaps I don't have a computer or a mobile phone that will let me find the websites that could help.
You're right. Not everyone has people they can share their money problems with, and not everyone has online access. Before coronavirus, people in these situations would often use a service like Citizens Advice that would provide them with information and, if necessary, give advice personally face to face. Well, they obviously can't do that at the moment because of the risks around coronavirus, but they can still talk on the phone. Charities like Citizens Advice, Step Change, and the Money Advice Service have phone lines. It's still really possible for anyone who's worrying about money to speak to a trained advisor and to talk things through. They'll get helpful information and they can begin to make decisions which will really help.
Okay, that now makes sense to me. Talking money can help me feel better about money questions or problems. It can help me be in control where money's concerned. It can point me the way towards helpful information, and if I need it, it can provide me with advice for any difficult money decisions I need to make. I'm glad I asked you. I suppose we've actually been talking money while we've been chatting. Really helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.